Thank you for joining us today. Today we are going to take the road less traveled and explore various road trip ideas throughout Arizona. Arizona is in the southwest United States. There's daily nonstop air service on various air carriers from multiple gateway cities, a few noted here, to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Driving to Arizona is also convenient as well, as you can see. It is only 4.5 hours from Las Vegas to Phoenix and about 6 hours from Los Angeles to Phoenix. Arizona is also divided into 5 regions noted here. Here's a map that outlines Arizona's national and state parks. Arizona has 22 national parks and monuments, 6 national forests, and 35 state parks, which provide the perfect backdrop for your next road trip. Our 3 national parks are the Grand Canyon National Park, Petrified Forest National Park, and Saguaro National Park. In addition, Arizona has the most IDA designated dark sky communities and parks of any other state or country, 17 to be exact. And what better way to experience all of our national and state parks, forests, and dark sky communities than with an RV trip? Cruise America's headquarters are in Mesa, Arizona, just 15 minutes east of Phoenix, which makes Arizona the perfect road trip starting point. Cruise America has more than 126 rental centers in the US and Canada that you can drop your RV off at the end of your trip. Let's dive in and begin with some road trip ideas and start with northern Arizona canyons. From Phoenix, Oak Creek Canyon is about a 2-hour drive and is located in Sedona. Oak Creek Canyon is about a 14-mile drive along Route 89A between Sedona and Flagstaff. This winding road climbs 4,500 feet from Sedona to the top of the Mogollon Rim. Oak Creek Canyon is great for hiking, and there are dining options located near the creek as well. Pink Jeep Tours also provides a unique way to experience the canyon and surrounding red rocks. Slide Rock is also part of the canyon and a popular stop for a quick swim. Continuing north about 48 minutes, you'll find Walnut Canyon National Monument in Flagstaff, Arizona. Hundreds of years ago, this canyon was home to the Sinagua Indians, who built more than 300 small cliff rooms in the recesses of the canyon's limestone walls. The canyon has paved trails where you can walk among the cliff dwellings and pueblos. You can take a stroll on the 1-mile Island Trail, which descends 185 feet into the canyon, or take the shorter rim trail and enjoy the overlooks. About an hour and 20 minutes north of Flagstaff is the Grand Canyon National Park. The Grand Canyon National Park is located at the South Rim in Tucson, Arizona. You can experience the Grand Canyon by Pink Jeep or Buck Wild Hummer tours, or take an air tour with Westwind Scenic Tours. There's also various hiking trails throughout the canyon for all levels to enjoy. Antelope Canyon is about an hour and 50 minutes north of Grand Canyon National Park. Reservations in advance are required to explore both the upper and lower Antelope Canyons, so keep that in mind. There are also other notable slot canyons in the area that offer tours such as Canyon X, Secret Canyon, Vermilion Cliffs, White Pocket, and Buckskin Gulch. Here's a brief overview and drive times of the suggested itinerary. Another popular road trip in the Southwest United States is the Grand Circle, which is in northern Arizona and southern Utah. This area is home to numerous awe-inspiring locales that you have to see to believe, but for the purpose of this presentation, I'll focus on Arizona's portion. The first stop of this tour is Grand Canyon National Park, which is about 3.5-hour drive from Phoenix. The Grand Canyon is 1 mile deep and 277 miles wide. The park provides varying experiences lasting from a few hours to a few days, and it is recommended to book accommodations well in advance. Monument Valley is about 50 minutes northeast of the Grand Canyon and is located on the Arizona-Utah border on Navajo Nation, one of the largest American Indian tribes. It's approximately 2,000 square miles. If you're into old Western films, you may recognize Monument Valley as it was a favorite Hollywood backdrop for John Wayne. He filmed 4 Western movies here. While in Monument Valley, take a Jeep tour along the 17-mile loop road or go horseback riding. There are also self-guided or Navajo guided tour options available as well. The two lodging options in the area are the Gouldings Lodge and the View Hotel. Here's a map and overview of drive times for this suggested itinerary. Route 66 is a very popular road trip, and what better place to experience the Mother Road than in Arizona? Arizona has the longest stretch of this historic highway still in use today. Route 66 length in Arizona is 388 miles, second longest after New Mexico. Let's work our way from east to west, starting in Winslow. Winslow is home to the Standing on the Corner Park, a public park commemorating the song Take It Easy, which was most famously recorded by the Eagles. Other popular attractions in Winslow include the Old Trails Museum, La Posada Hotel, and the Turquoise Room. Continuing west, you'll run into Flagstaff. Flagstaff is at 7,000 feet elevation and known as Arizona's Winter Wonderland. It is located in the world's largest continuous ponderosa pine forest. In Flagstaff, you'll find 13 miles of a preserved stretch of Route 66. Downtown Flagstaff also offers Route 66 walking tours as well, so be sure to check those out. Moving on, you'll run into Williams, Arizona. Williams was the last Route 66 town to be bypassed by I-40 from the Grand Canyon. Williams is a popular tourist spot as well and is home to the Grand Canyon Railway and Bearizona, a popular wildlife park that allows visitors to drive into the wilderness and witness herd and pack life from the safety and comfort of their private vehicle. Seligman is about 42 minutes from Williams and is also the birthplace of the Snowcap, which is cherished by tourists for the antics pulled on them while they try to order food and drinks. It is one of the wackiest, offbeat burger joints around. The guardian angel of Route 66, Angel Delgadillo, resides in Seligman. Seligman to Kingman is the longest original stretch of Route 66 still in use today. Right in the middle of this stretch is a town known as Peach Springs. While visiting Peach Springs, check out Grand Canyon Caverns, a natural limestone cavern 210 feet underground and the largest dry cavern in the United States. You enter and leave the caverns by means of an elevator, and guided tours are offered. Another popular stop between Peach Springs and Kingman is the Hackberry General Store. The General Store has evolved into a museum of old Route 66 mementos and has been called the Motherlode of Mother Road memorabilia. Arizona's Route 66 Museum is located in Kingman's historic powerhouse and depicts the historic evolution of travel along the 35th parallel that became Route 66. Brilliant murals, photos, and life-size dioramas capture each of the groups that have traveled what came to be known as the Mother Road. Other popular things to do in Kingman include scenic hiking, taking in the historic charm, dining at great cafes and restaurants, visiting the Army Airfield Museum and the Mojave Museum of History and Arts, which recount the travels on Route 66, depict the World War II era and the early days of railroading. About 20 miles west of Kingman, stop for a picture at Cool Springs, a former gas station and ice cream shop made popular during Route 66 heyday. The site is now a memorabilia and gift shop. Continue your journey west through the Black Mountains, bending and turning until you reach Sitgreaves Pass, which sits at an elevation of 3,556 feet. From here, you can see 4 states: California, Nevada, Utah, and of course, Arizona. Right at the top of the pass, there is a pull-off that you can stop to really enjoy the view. It's quite popular with the motorcycle crowd. Just west of Sitgreaves Pass is Oatman, a former mining town in the Black Mountains of Mojave County. Oatman was all but abandoned by the 1960s after the gold mines closed in the 1940s and Route 66 in 1953. Enjoy the majestic scenery, experience live gunfights, costume dancers, and be greeted by the friendly wild burros. Oatman takes pride in keeping its town as authentic as possible, giving visitors a look back into history, showing the Wild West as it really was. Here's a map and overview of the suggested Route 66 itinerary. There's tons of day trips from the greater Phoenix area that will satisfy all niches and interests, but today I'm going to focus on a couple. First up is the Fresh Foodie Trail. The Fresh Foodie Trail serves as a culinary gateway to Phoenix and Scottsdale and is located in the East Valley of Mesa, Gilbert, and Queen Creek. The neighboring farms in and around Mesa provide a bounty of seasonal goods for visitors to enjoy year-round. Think citrus in January, peaches in May, and olives in October. There are a ton of participating businesses on the Fresh Foodie Trail, such as the Orange Patch, True Garden Urban Farm, Superstition Dairy Farm, Bertuccio Farms, Steadfast Farm at Eastmark, Jalapeno Bucks, Queen Creek Olive Mill, Schnepp Farms, Hayden Flour Mills at Sossaman Farms, Agritopia, and the Windmill Winery. If you're looking for tour options, Detours provides transportation and foodie tours on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3:30. The Apache Trail is a great day trip from Phoenix as well, located about an hour east of Phoenix. Along the route, you can visit the Superstition Mountain Museum, which includes the Elvis Presley Chapel, made famous by the movie Charo and Apache Land Studios, which houses history from old Western motion pictures filmed nearby. You can also take a dolly steamboat tour on Canyon Lake, which is a popular spot for fishing and boating. The lake features more than 28 miles of cactus-dotted shoreline, wondrous rock formations, private coves, and countless species of birds, bighorn sheep, deer, and javelina. Goldfield Western Town is located between the Superstition Mountains to the east and Goldfield Mountains to the west. The first gold strike was made here in 1892, and today's activities include daily gunfights presented by Goldfield Gunfighters, underground mine tours, and the only narrow gauge railroad in operation in Arizona. Moving down to southern Arizona, Tucson is about 2 hours south of Phoenix and is the first UNESCO city of gastronomy and is also home to Saguaro National Park. Other unique key attractions in the Tucson area include Biosphere 2. Time Life Books named this facility as one of the 50 must-see wonders of the world. Located at 4,000 feet elevation in a magnificent natural desert preserve, Biosphere 2 is an escape into nature. On the tour, visitors are immersed in multiple ecosystems. You can smell the ocean and feel the damp rainforest air, all without leaving the complex. Pima Air and Space Museum is another great stop. Sitting on 80 acres, it is one of the largest non-government funded aerospace museums in the world, known for its significant collection of more than 350 commercial, private, and military aircraft housed in 6 huge hangars. 3 are dedicated to World War II. About 45 minutes southeast of Tucson is the town of Benson, where you'll find Kartchner Cavern State Park, and you can experience a stunning limestone cave in southeastern Arizona that boasts world-class features. This live cave, discovered in 1974, is host to a wide variety of unique minerals and formations. Oracle is about an hour and a half northwest of Benson and home to El Rancho Robles. This historic ranch is nestled at the base of the Santa Catalina Mountains, and in the 1920s, it became one of the area's most popular dude ranches. In the evening, check out Oracle State Park for stargazing and International Dark Sky Park. Here's an overview of the suggested itinerary and drive times. Continuing southeast, you'll run into Cochise County. The first recommended stop is in Benson, Arizona, home of the Horseshoe Cafe. Founded in 1936, this place is rich in history. They've been featured in movies and have the longest continuous neon sign inside. About 40 or so minutes south is Sierra Vista, the hummingbird capital of the world. This city is incredible for bird watching and is also home to Ramsey Canyon. This world-renowned canyon is owned by the Nature Conservancy and is home to diverse plant and animal life. The 280-acre preserve offers hiking under great canopies of maple, sycamore, and pine trees. The path follows Ramsey Creek, so take a stroll and enjoy the dozens of singing birds calling throughout the canyon. Douglas is about an hour southeast of Sierra Vista and home to the Slaughter Ranch Museum and Gadsden Hotel. Located 15 miles east of Douglas, Slaughterhouse Ranch is the historic home of John Slaughter, who was a famous cowboy and lawman in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The former Texas Ranger, Civil War veteran, and sheriff of Cochise County was one of the most feared lawmen of the Old West, credited with the demise of more than a dozen outlaws. Disney later produced a miniseries detailing his legacy. Slaughter's Ranch is now open to visitors. The Gadsden Hotel, which opened in 1907, is an ode to Southwestern decor and the prominent colors of the desert. The moment guests enter into the lobby, they are greeted by a magnificent grand staircase that is complemented by orange and yellow walls. Large windows cover the walls of the lobby and help to create the natural and southwestern essence of the hotel. The Gadsden Hotel is a national treasure. About a half hour northwest of Douglas is the town of Bisbee. The community was founded in 1880 and quickly became a thriving urban center, driven by a booming mining industry that thrived on the area's rich reserves of copper and precious metals. Here you can check out the Queen Mine Tour, one of the oldest copper mines in Arizona. The tour guides, who are former miners, show how turn-of-the-century mines were operated. Bisbee also offers 4 different walking tours, including the Haunted History Tour. This tour is offered at night and is intended for those interested in the paranormal and is based on Francine Powers' book, Murena, Don't Be Afraid. This particular tour gives you a truly unique experience straight from the person who experienced the paranormal. Copper Queen Hotel is also in Bisbee and was completed in 1902. It was the product of the booming age of mining and Western exploration and was one of the most modern hotels in the West during that time. No 2 rooms are the same. Throughout the Copper Queen's 100-year history, dignitaries and celebrities whom have visited include Theodore Roosevelt, John Wayne, Harry Houdini, Julia Roberts, and Marlon Brando. Copper Queen Hotel is the only hotel in Bisbee with a full-service restaurant and saloon. About 25 minutes north of Bisbee is Tombstone, the town too tough to die, where Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp hung out. Tombstone features the famous OK Corral, Boot Hill Cemetery, Crystal Palace Saloon, and much more. Visit Tombstone's site of the West's most notorious shootout at the OK Corral between the Earps and the Clantons. The town offers many gift shops, and visitors can retrace the steps of historic characters in famous places such as the Birdcage Saloon, Boot Hill Cemetery, OK Corral, and the Tombstone Epitaph. If you're looking to quench your thirst, head about an hour north to Wilcox, one of 3 wine regions in Arizona. Wilcox Wine Country has great wines located in 11 tasting rooms located in Old Town Wilcox and in some of the operating vineyards around Wilcox. Over 75% of the vineyards producing wines in the state of Arizona are located in this region. Wine events and festivals are scheduled in Wilcox and at individual tasting rooms throughout the year, so be sure to check out their website. Here's a brief overview of drive times and distances for this suggested itinerary. This concludes our destination training, but if you'd like more information, please visit our website, www.visitarizona.com, or check out our trade microsite as well, also noted here. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.